Edwards, which led to a try. So it's not, it's not an individual game.
Wow, to carry that still, like,
yeah,
35 years later.
Like you really, like, felt it when he was talking.
Gosh.
So that was, and like Sterling talk, because he was only over like for a season and a half, and the immersion with which he talked about like the time he'd played for us and his experiences of the city and how he wanted to come back at the end of his career, but he had an injury which he didn't feel was right to come over sort of to basically see out of his career. So
get paid to play when he couldn't actually do it, sort of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I don't remember those years. I was too young, but it was. You didn't need to remember the years just to hear them talking and things.
No, exactly. Yeah, it's great to have the stories anyway, isn't it?
Yeah.
It gives you a picture of those times. That just sounds like great insight. I love those sorts of events that we get to enjoy as rugby league fans, which I feel like you don't quite.
It's so nice, yeah.
Cool. I mean, that's fantastic. And I think the delay of the kickoff meant that Sky got a better opportunity to interview him than I think they were originally expecting to do, which was quite useful. And I think that was good for all the audience watching at home and stuff as well. So that was good too. Right. What did the other side of the river have to say about the game?
He said, "Oh well, the already relegated Robins lose to the champions-elect. Match them for 60 minutes until Quinlan went off the shape. Until Quinlan went off. The shape was lost and the fatigue showed. I hope we do, but I doubt we will see a better try than Crooks all year. That was like rugby porn. Congrats, Paige. You get to go on top this week. Pretty sure I contracted coronavirus being in that part of town for so long. So if this is my last review, it's been real goodness knows what."
Oh, it was a heart emoji.
It definitely has been real something, Tom.
Wakey White said, "Thought we were on for another coupon buster there. Tony Smith and his Robins got their tactics spot on and it almost paid off for them. Suddenly losing to them at Craven Park last week isn't so degrading. Quinlan and Livette were standout men for them, but overall beaten by the better side on the night with FC doing a professional job on them."
Genghis Campbell says, "Hull FC winning 2 games in a row. It's the end times. Where's Kelly supposed to play? KL not going down based on this performance."
Well, Kelly will play in the reserves again once he's back from his suspension, I would suspect, Genghis.
Or he'll make play at Bellevue.
Oh, okay. Is that the rumour?
Yeah.
Well, I suppose with Bruff's injury, I mean, I've not been hot on the news wire this week, but interesting. Right, Paige said, "What a match. I thought Rovers played well and gave us a really good game until the last 20 minutes, where they seemed to run out of energy. It was a classic derby, gave us everything you could have wanted. Still don't understand why the first try was given though. Glad to see that didn't ruin the game. Was nice to see Tom at the end. Not sure he was too pleased to see me though. Nice, peaceful weekend ahead."
Josh said, "An even contest in the first half with both teams going for it big. Although I didn't think the Lynette try should have been given. Too right. But FC are looking strong, quick and inventive and real contenders this year for me. I know it's early, but that Crooks try is one of the season for me. I thought Hull KR would go down and Leeds would be in the playoffs. But we couldn't even contend with Hull, so this gives me some worries."
I suppose I'll find out more next week. Rich Langley said, "Hull didn't get out of second gear, but still had enough to take the derby spoils. Pack looked good again with Sow and Jones taking the eye, and Sniper snide and Griff took it to the little team. Rovers never looked like they would have enough to win this, even after taking the lead 3 times. Their try of the season, while impressive, is not a sustainable approach for the season, and they, at times, looked rudderless." Yes, Rich, I'm pretty sure Tony Smith's aware that you can't score incredible offload fueled tries every time you touch the ball.
Always in our shadow, said.
Oh, this is going to be good.
I won't sing. "Haven't won a trophy since 1985. They came and gave it a go. The new Hick rulebook without double movements and forward passes helped keep the Dobbins in the game. Griffin sound monster yard makers. The city is ours.
Yeah, I think we didn't have Liggy Sow's stats, but I think looking in the newspaper on Monday, he made over 150 metres, so...
I was just trying to look on Twitter because I thought the Hull FC feed had given it, but I couldn't see it.
Yeah, it was...
It was big.
152, another impressive performance by him, 4 successful offloads as well. Joshua's granddad said, proper derby, proper atmosphere, proper rugby, proper result. 2 days shorter turnaround and a couple of dubious tries helped the enthusiastic Robins stay in the game for a long time. Eventually classed hold. Snide created 3 and scoring 1, plus his reliable boot saw the table toppers stay there. Big game from Griff and Liggy. Once the city is ours.
Again. Once again.
Oh, well, he's missed that, hasn't he?
I know, but it's okay, I'll interpret for you.
Thanks.
Cav said, didn't have the same intensity as the normal Hull derby. FC played at half speed compared to how they played at Leeds last week. KR played fairly well. Harvey Levett is pure class, but the Joshes of Hull FC too strong in the end. FC to be in with a playoff berth. KR in a relegation battle.
Steve Pye said, that was a proper derby game. Credit to KR, who played well and scored a fantastic second-half try. FC showed great spirit to come from behind 3 times. Last season we would have lost that game. Sal, Savelio and Satai really took the game to KR, and Snide was instrumental behind them with a try and 3 assists. Winning is all that matters early in the season, so I'll take 2 from 2. On to a big test against Saints this week.
Yep, AK Steel 69 said, the one true derby dished up a cracker of a game, full of drama and intensity, just lacking the traditional brawl. Rovers lifted and FC struggled to gain the dominance of the previous week due to penalties. When they got to Rovers 20, they scored, but they didn't get there often enough. FC's defence was solid, conceding a dodgy try from Levett and a wonder try from Crooks. Sneed and Griffin starred FC, 2 points onwards.
So, loads there. Thanks everyone for those views. Before we get your kind of personal take, Sarah, 2 things to pull out. One is the Harvey Levett try.
Try, yeah.
Well, no, it was given as a try. So,
yeah.
So what? I had the sound off. So, what was Hull FC's fans in the stadium's biggest contention with the try?
That it didn't make the line.
Right, because there's people mentioning double movement there, and I was watching it and I was thinking, it seems like he started short, but I don't think he actually promoted the ball. I think it just sort of ended up where it ended up. Kind of, I'm not sure how, but within the tackle and the grapple and that. But I never thought he got it down.
No, that was...
Like, it ended up over the line in his hand, but I didn't think he got it down.
No.
So, I mean, I think there's loads of different ways to look at that and think it wasn't a try. I was really surprised when it came back from the video ref as still a try.
So were we.
But without hearing anyone try and explain otherwise, because I didn't have the sound on, like I say. But either way, Levett had a good game. The other talking point is the Satai hit on, you remembered who it was on, I forgot. George Lawler, which has resulted in what was a 3-game charge given out by the match review panel, but on tribunal today. It's been downgraded to 2 games. 2 games is the same as what
Matautia,
last week got for a very similar offence. I was really, really surprised that the referees didn't do anything about this on the pitch. I really thought it should have been a yellow card, to be honest. And at that time, it would have been potentially when the game was still in the balance. I mean, I think it was when you were just ahead, but I can't remember exactly. I think it certainly came after Ellis's missed penalty, if I remember it right, which was another crucial moment.
If it came after Ellis's penalty, we did pretty much go the other end of the pitch and score
exactly,
at that point.
Yeah. So I think it must have been
18-16 maybe at that point.
Yeah, I think so, yeah. But yeah, other than those 2 sort of controversial flashpoints, which you could argue as a neutral balance each other out to an extent. Not getting someone sin bin who should have been sin bin, but a try given that doesn't look. I can't see why it was given. Maybe balance each other themselves out from refereeing decisions point of view. But Hull FC won, Sarah. Tell me about it.
Yeah, I mean, I think I don't know whether it's the fact that we had 2 days less training and obviously the really bad conditions at Leeds that were telling, or I do think that Rovers are still riding a lot on the emotion obviously attached to everything that has happened with Mossy Masai, and I think that they are very much playing for him in that sense. You got the feeling that there was a lot of effort there, a lot of enthusiasm, but it's how long they can keep that up. And I mean, I thought Quinlan and Livette were very good and very involved, but then Quinlan, we sort of seemed to get the making of Quinlan as the game went on.
And then he went off, didn't he? I sort of missed what his injury was, but he missed the last 20 minutes. Like we said, he kind of just went off, I think, just after you'd gone ahead. But
I think once Josh Griffin had started attacking down that left-hand side and found Rovers' defence wanting, I think he was always a threat there after that. And, the meters that Liggy Sow makes, I think Josh Jones is really, bringing to the game, to the team, what we hoped he would. So that's really encouraging, because you sometimes worry, don't you, that a player that's had such a great season and then moves, are they going to continue it?
Yeah, definitely.
I really like Josh Jones.
And Satai off the bench as well. I mean, Savelio started this game and maybe did a bit more hard work more than flair work, but Satai did exactly the same job he did against Leeds. Yeah,
I'm really liking our pack at the moment, and that was without Manu Mao being able to play, which was a shame. But
because the bench had a bit of a weird look to it, didn't it, with Fanua sort of almost randomly inserted onto the bench.
Well, I think it's basically he needs some match fitness, and so effectively we played with a 3-man bench, because I think the plan was always just to put him on for the last 10 minutes. If we'd had a more serious, if we'd had an injury to our backs and had to bring him on sooner, I think he would have really struggled. But, hopefully a bit of match fitness. It was a shame that Farema pulled up in the warm-up with a groin injury. That's why Swift got to play.
But he didn't do badly, Swift, I think.
No, he didn't. I think he's just not got the same physical size as we're used to from our wingers at the minute.
Oh, and the rest of your bloody side.
Yeah, but and I've got to say, Joshua called that Ellis was going to hit the post with that penalty. So there we go, all's good in the world.
And Mark Snade as well, coming in for a lot of credit in those fan reviews. Pulling all the strings and having a fantastic game. He's enjoying playing behind that pack, isn't he? He's got to be.
He's got a pack that's actually laying the foundations for him. He nice kick through for Houghton's try, and he is now joint top drop goal scorer for us.
It was a pointless one in this game, wasn't it? But who was it who loves those? It's Tim, isn't it? No, it's Alan. Alan, who loves a disrespectful drop goal when the game was already gone.
Well, you say disrespectful, but it just puts another point on it. It's not like we were 50 points clear or something. We were only 8 points ahead.
Yeah. But he had a fine game. He did have a fine game, and like you sort of say, maybe he's enjoying the pressure's kind of off him to an extent, because the pack are so relentless, and also the size of your outside backs as well, that basically he's going to get more time, so he won't feel as panicked and pressured in those situations where he needs to create, because he's getting more time to create, sort of thing.
Yeah, and him and Connor seem to be working well at the moment, so that's good.
Yeah, Connor do you think a little bit quieter in this game in terms of overall involvement, but still had a couple of nice flashes that were important?